About 3 years ago, I started as a sales development representative at a fast-growing software company. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. If you're looking to get in software sales, or if you're early in your tech sales career like I was 3 years ago, you're gonna wanna watch until the end of this video because I'm gonna share with you my learnings and what you can actually expect so that you can hopefully find success sooner rather than later in your own career. Make sure to like this video now and subscribe to the channel. This is day 98 in a row, and in this channel we talk everything: software sales, tech sales, SaaS sales, life of an SDR, cold calling, all of that. So make sure to subscribe and like the video as well because it really helps. The first thing you need to expect getting into SaaS sales is that you need to expect the unexpected. When I had graduated from the Ohio University in 2018 and moved myself to Dallas, Texas, I was in over my head. I had never had a past sales internship experience. I had never done cold calling. I didn't know anyone in the technology industry. I had just heard one guy in college say, "Hey, enterprise software sales, that pays really well. Maybe you should look at that." And I said, you know what, that's a good idea. So I started applying to technology jobs. I show up day one, and the first thing you need to expect is to expect the unexpected. The pace of change and innovation in the technology space, not just software sales, but the tech industry as a whole, really is leading the market. So expecting the unexpected means your company is going to change and go through a lot of different phases. Your product is constantly going to be iterated, developed, new features are going to be brought to the market, and you as a salesperson need to be able to articulate that value to your customers, to your prospects. So you need to constantly be evolving and recognize that things change overnight. For example, when I first started as an SDR, I had a manager, and throughout the course of my next 1 to 2 years, this doesn't reflect company instability, it just reflects constant growth and change. But I had like 6 to 7 different managers. The way in which I was incentivized as an SDR, it was from output, it was from meeting set, it was from opportunities accepted, it was then from pipeline amount generated. Everything's constantly changing in the technology space, so you either evolve or die. So if you're not someone that's adaptable, if you're not someone that can be told, hey, here's the thing that's important, and then tomorrow, hey, here's the new thing that's important, you need to constantly be able to change, and that's going to help you find more success sooner rather than later. I talk a lot about this on my LinkedIn, so make sure to connect with me if you haven't already. I'd love to hear from you. I always get back to y'all, and of course, let's join networks and build our strengths together. The second thing you need to expect, which is actually a big positive and a reason why you should want to get in software sales in the first place, is that you control your destiny. And I think that this is a common thread with most sales jobs, but particularly in the SaaS, software as a service space, you control your destiny. A lot of these fast-growing progressive tech companies embrace transparency and embrace this cycle of not a corporate bureaucracy. In the past, in a lot of these finance roles, you need to play office politics, you need to work in your role for X number of years until you be considered for a promotion. At technology companies nowadays, of course, you see lunches provided for free, you see these pool tables in the offices, which are all great perks, but traditionally they allow for a very nice upward trajectory in your career. Speaking just for myself, since I've only worked at one company in Qualtrics, this is a great selling point and a reason why you should look at Qualtrics if you're looking to start as an SDR or account executive. We're hiring, but in our company, we know exactly how much each level makes, exactly how much everybody makes, and you can see everybody's performance. So you control your own destiny because in order to perform, it's binary. Either you hit your number or you don't. If you hit your number, you promote. If you don't hit your number, you stay in your own role. Of course, you are paid based on performance, but your upward trajectory in your career is also in direct correlation to your performance. That's something I like, and that's one of the key indicators a lot of people look for in their roles is autonomy, but the ability to make out of it what you wish. You're almost an entrepreneur. You're almost a franchise owner. Your book of business and sales, you run your own franchise. And based on your performance, that's how you're going to control your career and your upward trajectory in your life and be able to really dictate your earning potential because you'll become more valuable to the people around you in the marketplace as a whole. So you'll keep moving up in your career. And it's really exciting, guys. And I love that, being able to control my own destiny, because I have a lot of friends who start at these companies like the JP Morgans and these massive companies, and you're really just a cog in the wheel. And I happen to find myself at a technology company. I had started, follow this is really crazy. I started in 2018, okay? I was employee number maybe between 1,500 and 1,800. Fast forward to 2021, Q2, we now have close to 4,000 employees, and I am more tenured. I have more experience. I've been at the company longer than over 70% of employees. So I wasn't necessarily ground one startup garage type vibes, but I was in earlier enough pre-IPO. Find yourself an established tech company that's pre-IPO that you can get in and really grow with the company, and you'll absolutely find fruitful results as a result. The next thing you need to expect working in tech sales, especially as an SDR or BDR, is that you're gonna face a lot of competition, both internally and externally. Let's start with internally, because ultimately as a person, you need to focus internally before you worry about externally. But internally, of course, everyone's on the same team. Your numbers roll up to your team numbers roll up to the department numbers, your department numbers roll up to the organization numbers, and that is what drives your business forward. So you should never view your peers, your colleagues, as your competitors. But as salespeople, naturally, we're super competitive, and I'm someone who always wants to be number one for better or worse, and it puts me in a lot of bad situations. It creates a lot of unnecessary stress that I probably don't need to go through. But you're gonna be used. So someone like myself, just to open up with you, in high school, I was traditionally good at most things I did. I could just show up, I was relatively athletic, relatively smart, good at video games. So anytime I was in a situation, I usually was okay and pretty good at it. You're in this more finite talent pool. Then you go to college, and then you start to realize, oh wait, there's other people out there that are way smarter than me, that are way better looking than me, that are way funnier than me, that are way more skilled and technical skilled than me. And then you get into a job, and especially a company that has a great culture and a high standard bar for hiring. And then you realize, wow, there are some super exceptional world-class people out there. So you'll be used to doing really well, and then you'll be put in this competitive environment where you're almost pitted against your teammates in a situation in which, hey, there's pressure to perform, and you want to outperform everyone so that you can look better. And then here's the best part. As you continue to promote and move up the corporate ladder, you go from a large hiring class of SDRs, eventually it's a pyramid. You then get to senior SDRs where there's less of them. You then become account executives, and then the higher up you go and you eventually reach enterprise software sales, there's less talent around you because the talent is so skilled and harder to replace. So there's fewer people, therefore the competition is much more extreme, which forces you to get better. Pressure makes diamonds, which is ultimately good, but it's something that you need to be competitive in order to compete internally and keep up with that high bar. And then competition externally, and this is probably the even harder part, is when you're selling deals, it typically is competitive. And when I reach out to a customer and I say, hey, here's the solution, this is how we can help, they're like, great. Here's our timeline, here's our budget, it all sounds great. And next thing you know, the day before they make the decision, you hear, oh wait, they're evaluating competitor ABC as well. And then all of a sudden you lose the deal because that competitor better aligned to what they wanted to accomplish, better aligned on pricing, better aligned on their support model. It's very hard to sell deals because you think, oh, just because your product's good, just because you're good means you're gonna win, just because you have rapport, the person likes you. That's not always the case because there are all sorts of other competitors out there that are trying to pit your weaknesses against you and highlight their strengths. So it just creates for a scenario that forces you to really know your stuff. If you're not the most knowledgeable person in the room, then you absolutely will start to lose deals. And I'm starting to experience that by not knowing enough about the industry, my competitors, my own company's strengths. And it's something I need to get better at. So just to summarize, the top 3 things you need to expect getting into software sales is 1, you control your destiny, which is really fantastic. The next thing you need to know is that you need to expect the unexpected. And then finally, there's severe competition both internally and externally. If you have any specific questions in regards to anything software sales or just working, finding a job, just me as a person, drop it in the comments below and I will get back to you. If you've learned something new today or you've just enjoyed the video, whether you've gotten entertainment or some sort of educational value out of it, would really appreciate it if you could like this video, hit the little thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel. The goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers. This is day 98 in a row making a video. I will continue to make videos each and every day until we reach that goal. So would really appreciate it if you could help me out. And then finally, if you want to strengthen networks, let's connect on LinkedIn, shoot me that request, and let's make it happen. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Happy Q2. Go out and get it, guys. Now is the time to really put the pedal to the metal and start out strong. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.